Well, this is going to make me angry, so I'm just going to say this much. I have never and will never understand when a grown person decides, you know what? Here's this new thing that I see online that I don't know anything about. Let me just assume something about it and then tell everybody about my assumption and perpetuate a negative impression of something that is normally very biased and negative. I used to be a hater of stuff. I remember criticizing a friend of mine for liking some punk music, and I made fun of the guy's voice. I was like, it sounds so stupid. They're like, starting at zero. And I didn't take any time to understand anything about it at all. I still think about that circumstance often. As you can tell, it is clearly still in my mind because I chose to be ignorant about something instead of take time to understand it. As an adult, I hope to never do that again. But we're going to jump into Rima Evenstar. I've seen a lot of her lengthy documentary type videos about a lot of different internet stuff, including VTubers. We're just going to see her impression with what she's seeing as to why people say they hate VTubers. Yeah, let's just go. Let's go.
The VTuber phenomenon is undeniably divisive. Love them or hate them, VTubers are easy targets for those outside the community. After all, let's face it,
as
they're
is anything
over the top and cringe, but embracing the cringe is part of the culture. After all, VTubing is intrinsically linked to anime, a medium that's delightfully cringe in its own wholesome way.
So, I don't like using that word. I feel like, for one, I feel like it's kind of taking it lying down in a way. You just embrace the term and say, oh yeah, I'm cool with it. Which I don't feel like you have to do. I know some people are comfortable with that and they'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm anime cringe, or I'm just a weeb, I'm just weeb trash. I feel like that's defeating the point. And it just kind of lets people know, yeah, you're okay with the negative message. I don't know. I just feel like there's a better way of discussing it. Sure, there's a lot of stuff that's over the top, but how is that not the case with most entertainment? WWE? I mean, come on. It is built on personas and people acting out a character and being loud and crazy. I think the bigger message is we just have to be honest with ourselves that sometimes we like over the top. What has been one of the biggest film series ever? What the heck was it called? Oh my gosh. Fast and Furious. It is entirely over the top and improbable. But why can't we all just enjoy that? I think that needs to be the bigger conversation. Why can't we just say, yeah, it's over the top, but I like it. It's entertaining. It doesn't have to be cringe. I don't know. Not to hate what she's saying, not to take too long to deviate on this. I'm just not excited about what else we're going to be talking about.
VTubing, however, is a relatively recent development, emerging in 2016 with Kizuna Ai, a 3D model operated by various actresses. Japanese agencies like Hololive and Niji Sanji quickly adopted and refined the concept, creating idol-like streamers using L2D models and face tracking technology. Essentially, they're anime girls operated by real people. These virtual idols eventually gained popularity in the West with the rise of both indies and corporate English-speaking VTubers. Recently, VTubers
she did
have
Mario
achieved
Sunshine.
remarkable success in the streaming world, shattering records and garnering mainstream attention. Pikora's 2024 Game Awards nomination and Iron Mouse's 2023 Content Creator of the Year award are just a few examples. This increased visibility, however, came with a downside. It also exposed VTubers to a wave of negativity from those who simply do not understand the culture. Iron Mouse's recent record-breaking subathon, where she broke Kai Cenat's record with over 321,000 subscribers, becoming the most subscribed channel on Twitch, further amped up the hatred towards her and other VTubers and sent the internet into a complete frenzy.
Wait, who is? I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm not even sure.
Okay. Oh man. Whenever some big brawny dude uses words like that, I'm like, okay. And I mean, this isn't to say that word usage in and of itself makes me frustrated. It's just terms that I don't use. But he already sounds angry. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, yeah, I just know people like this, that if I said, I don't really know anything about basketball, why do you care about it so much? They'd get so angry. So the pot calling the kettle black is not lost on me. I just,
Oh, I'm cooked.
Grill your grilled cheese.
Oh, no.
You will never microwave or grill it. It will always be on grill.
Eventually, the GOAT, Kai Cenat himself, had to defend Iron Mouse and tell his audience to calm down.
I see
right?
The majority of people hating on Iron Mouse for breaking the record. I'm not gonna lie. You feel what I'm saying? When you first look at this shit, you probably are wondering to yourself, what the fuck? This is weird. How the fuck this shit even happened? But chat, if you guys know your Twitch history and stuff, Iron Mouse has always been top 5 all time. She's always been on the leaderboards all time. You feel me? She's not nothing new.
Adding to the irony,
well, and that's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. You're choosing to be like, I don't know anything about the history of the medium. I don't want to know anything that's different than the little scope of what I'm into. Now, I'm not asking everybody to open their mind to every single new form of entertainment, but at least being aware of it seems to be the least that anyone should be able to do. And plus, I mean, whoever that other dude was, you getting angry like that at someone streaming, what's your deal? Why do you have to get angry about any of that? That doesn't make any sense to me. I just,
Kai Cenat, in a gesture of good faith, even featured Iron Mouse in his subathon, showcasing the custom VTuber model she commissioned for him.
And you know how crazy that is, though? That is the biggest bro thing you could possibly do in that situation. It's one thing to tell your audience, chill. And of course, nobody listened, which is, I feel like, vastly because he has too big of a reach. He has too many people in his fan base that even if he's saying don't hate on them, you know, they're too big. And there's already pockets of any average community that's going to be like, I don't respect the wishes of the creator that I support, which is stupid. I don't understand that. But the fact that he came in on the stream in model, not just green screening himself in, but actually joining in, participating in what she's doing, is incredible. I also thought it was so funny with how the model was, you know, the limbs were going all over the place. Do you know how many streams an average VTuber would do where they have to try and control the 3D model, and half of the fun is how the limbs are just not working right? You know how many clip compilations people would make of that type of stuff?
Makes Cenat one of the few prominent content creators to actively challenge the negative stereotypes surrounding VTubers, despite having no direct involvement in the community. But we need more of that. These misconceptions and negative portrayals of...
Can someone tell me why 20,000 people sub to a fictional character? It's not a fictional character, though. Why? Why is that the narrative? It's a model moving for a person. If it was like an AI generated thing, like, who's that dude? I don't like him at all. I don't even know his name. He does like Minecraft stuff, but then he did a whole channel where he built an AI model that does all the gaming for him and just pumps out garbage content like every single day. That is an actual fictional character. But all of this has an actual, it says the context. Though Iron Mouse uses a virtual model, the person behind her is a real human being. Why are all these grown men being like, what even is this? Come on. Grow up.
VTubers have been leading to an increase in hateful comments, misinformation, threats, and doxing. But these occurrences aren't anything new. A quick glance at Iron Mouse's TikTok comment section will tell you all you need to know about the general...
I'm sorry, who are you? I mean, why do people think like that's a gotcha? Why? That is what we did as kids on the playground. If someone talked about a band or something that they didn't like, tell me you haven't heard this before, where someone goes, who even is that? The joke is, and the reason why you felt horrible when someone said that is, oh, here's a person that is devaluing what I like because he doesn't like it or he doesn't know what it is. So then therefore it doesn't have any value. But that's what children think. That's not the reality of anything at all, though. So how are these grown people growing up being like, you know what? If I don't think it's true or valuable, then it's just not.
Feelings towards VTubers. And the wave of negativity directed at VTubers shows no sign
I think I'm
of
just
slowing down. This year alone, face streamer Stable Ronaldo targeted VTuber Leah Kitties during an ASMR stream, directing significant negative attention towards her and using her stream as content for his own channel.
Wait, she's talking. Can you say his...
Look, okay. You know what? You want to play tit for tat? Here, we'll go. All the shoes you got in the back, why do you care so much about shoes? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think that's a waste of money. I mean, does that feel good? Like, if I were to go that route, people like that wouldn't like that, right? It's just, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it through this. This is just, it's so frustrating.
Oh my god, she's talking about you.
This incident really showcased the vulnerability of VTubers to harassment from those outside of the community and the ease with which their content can be exploited for others' gains. So, why do people hate VTubers? But before we delve into the juicy details, don't forget to check out my cozy and comfy Uwu Market collection. We've got everything you need to stay warm and snug this holiday season, from super soft sweat.
I definitely do want you to get that bag from Uwu Market, Rima. Just want to let you get success with that. But I do have to jump ahead here real quick.
Now back to the video. If you're familiar with VTubers, you've probably heard the claim that they're just all middle-aged men hiding behind an anime avatar preying on lonely hearts. After all...
And what year is it? Like... Wow, okay, ow. Like, seriously though, how long are we going to keep these completely unfounded ideas going? How many people have been doing that with YouTubers? How many people have been doing that, just these negative, completely unfounded ideas for years? Sure, there's still some people who don't even know what YouTubers do. I even had a conversation with someone a little bit ago where they were talking about their kid watching Let's Players, and they're like, yeah, they're watching someone else play video games on YouTube. Isn't that interesting? And I didn't even know what to say. I was just sitting there like... it is interesting. And I ended up telling them, I'm like, maybe you should watch some of that with your kid. Become aware of what this is instead of sitting there like, isn't that interesting?
all girl...
I need to calm down. I really do need to calm down. I'm just not going to be able to. I'm just letting you know right now.
Stands for guy in real life, right? While that's a gross oversimplification, there are several factors fueling this perception.
Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is what?
Is that an anime character?
Yeah. I'm an anime character. How's it going?
Where's the thing? I see.
What the fuck is that?
It's a bot that we have on Discord.
Yeah, I'm a bot.
First, there's anonymity. VTubers, like many other online creators, use pseudonyms, but on top...
This is what bothers me about it. This is really what gets me about it. Pseudonyms have been around forever. Being anonymous, playing a character, all that sort of stuff, that happens all the time. How can we honestly sit here as grown people and be like, here's another person doing the exact same thing, just in a different degree to what we have seen for years? That's so cringe and weird and I can't. You know what? I don't think I can do this. I really and truly don't think I can do this. I'm gonna try to get through it. Grown people deciding to be completely immature and ignorant. I don't understand it.
top of that, they use avatars, obscuring their real-life identities.
Everybody knows
This
corpse.
lack of transparency
Everybody.
can understandably breed distrust among those unfamiliar with the community.
So, distrust. Why? You're just always sitting there worried that the person on the other side is not who they truly are? Who hurt you? Like, why do you always have to sit there and think, oh, because this happened and this person was not who they said they were, well, now I'm just going to judge everybody who even looks remotely the same. That's a you issue.
And yes,
I'm not going to do
there
this.
have been bad actors who've tried to exploit this
Of course.
anonymity, using it to evade
Of course.
accountability for their
Shoot, I'm a Christian. Do you know how many bad actors there are in the church? Many. Still to this day. I get that. But at the same time, the actions of a handful of people does not equate to the entirety of anything, ever.
actions. Thankfully, these individuals are usually quickly identified and ostracized. But it's crucial to remember that many VTubers choose anonymity for legitimate reasons.
Yes.
Privacy.
Imagine trying to understand that instead of just being annoying with your lack of understanding. Imagine taking... There was a stream I saw, and I commented on it, where some guy was like, how is this thing beating Kaisenet? And I said, well, you know, you could take time while you're on stream to Google who Iron Mouse is, and then you'll learn just a little bit. And then there was a comment on that, on the comment that I made that said, not every niche needs to be understood or respected. And I sat there, I wanted to say, well, buddy, she's mainstream now, so...
desire to focus on their persona rather than their appearance, or even to protect their health. Asmongold put it plainly, some VTubers use Avatar because their physical appearance is irrelevant to their content. Others, like Iron Mouse, rely on avatars to continue creating despite their chronic illness, making it impossible for them to perform as regular streamer or idols otherwise. The anonymity, while sometimes exploited, is also a tool that allows many VTubers to thrive and share their talents with the world.
I just want to read this really quick. Well, this goes for all things. When someone gets really popular in the media, there's always a small group of people who just want to hate it. This kind of hate comes from people who don't really like this new form of media coming out of nowhere. They find tiny flaws and dig their way through and make a big deal out of it. Examples right now are the new season of Attack on Titan, with its high scores and all, being at war with oh my gosh, why am I not able to figure out what... Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Oh my gosh. People try to nitpick small things that they don't like and spread their hate juice. Ew. Was that Iron Mouse that said that? That sounds like a I'm just kidding. Honestly, for people hating on VTubers, they're missing out on the fun. Exactly. And I've never understood hate for things anyway. Like, when it comes to anime and stuff, too, people will be like, who's going to win, this guy or this guy? I'm like, what's the point? You're just doing that to piss off the fans. It's not going to, it's completely illogical. You want to talk about lack of logic? You want to talk about things that just don't make sense? Why spread hate about something when there's no point to it? I'm just...
Unfortunately, some prominent content creators are actively contributing to the spread of harmful misinformation about VTubers. Recently, Aiden Ross, a hugely successful...
He's a piece of crap in all forms. I wouldn't listen to a single word Aiden Ross ever says about anything.
Successful streamer who rose to fame on Twitch before moving to Kick commented on Iron Mouse's record-breaking subathon, perpetuating negative stereotypes about VTubers.
I'm not going to listen to what he says. I am not going to.
Familiar with VTubers, these biased commentary shapes their initial perception of them.
And that is what bothers me. People act like they can say whatever they want online, and it's all just a joke, and bro, it's not that deep. Okay, maybe for you. But you do give people a different perception. You do challenge people's initial first viewing of things. And if you cannot understand that, you don't deserve your platform. If you... And this doesn't just have to do with VTubers. This has to do with everything. You know how many people just make their careers off hating something? There's two people I could think of right now that probably keep their lights on by hating Maury Calliope. And nothing they say makes any sense whatsoever. I've sat through some of their cringe videos. You want to talk about cringe? And it's so frustrating because those people act like there's no consequences for their actions. You do change people's perceptions about things.
Ends up causing a lot of harm. Two incidents in particular come to mind that have fueled this kind of misinformation becoming a widespread phenomena in the West. First, a glitch stream revealing a male streamer behind a female avatar sparked outrage and directed harassment towards the VTuber in the clip called Nora Cat.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
The media coverage misrepresented the situation, portraying the streamer as a deceptive individual manipulating his audience for profit. And just like a game of telephone, several tweets, forum posts,
And this dude, I hate him too. He provides nothing of value to the table. I don't want to hear what he has to say either. In his stammering sounding voice. I'm sorry. I don't want to spread hate. I just don't like the guy at all. I do not like these guys.
were fully aware of his gender. Nora Cat is what we call...
It's the same thing like Joel the porcelain maid. He doesn't do a voice changer or anything. He just has a model that is it's a like a doll, and he's just himself though. And it's like, come on, man.
Babiniku in Japan. Babiniku is a Japanese term for an online avatar depicting an anime-style female character.
Wait, what? They came up with a term for it? Of course, Japanese terms would exist for something so specific like that. Okay.
Used by content creators who are often, but not always, male. And it's pretty common and not too far from male gamers that simply choose a female character.
Yes. Duh. You know why? 'Cause it's fun. How many of you did this? Well, then you're all guilty. You're all guilty then. All of you. Guilt. Shame. Blame you. All of you. You're horrible, awful people. Ugh, how dare you have any success in your life because you played as a female character. Ugh, you're deceiving your audience. Come on, man. They do a lot more to, in my estimation, make the female characters look more fun than the guys. I'm just saying. Come on, man.
To play in
Is
video
that...
games.
I'm sorry.
Because they just find them nicer to look at and other reasons.
Oh my... Okay, you know
And
what?
it
No.
really
All
didn't
right.
help that news article written by out-of-touch boomers or videos like these, which garnered almost 1 million views, spread the false narrative that Nora Cat was pretending to be a woman to fish lonely men online.
A Japanese virtual
I don't care about what you're saying.
To address overseas viewers and clarify the situation and explain that Nora Cat was just a character. But unfortunately, in this day and age, clarifications never gain as much traction as the original outrage posts. And just like...
And that is truly the issue I see with a lot of online stuff. Like, it's so sad to me that people aren't cognizant enough of going from point A to point B. Someone mentioned this in regards to content creators. If you get big for post A over here, this type of content over here, and then you try to make content B post over here, you're not going to see much overflow. I mean, I made one TikTok talking about Jacksepticeye being autistic, and it got 1 million views on TikTok. Do you think anyone's checking out any of my other posts on TikTok? No. I mean, I feel like on YouTube it's a little bit different. I feel like there is a bit more overflow because I think that's come to be expected with the platform. People will come to know you for you and see what you make. But yeah, the initial posts, the initial outrage that people have about things, and then not sticking around to try and look at, okay, well, what's the clarification here? What's really going on? I don't understand why people do that. And I've seen that, to go back to when people get falsely accused of something online, misinformation gets spread, that person can come out with all the receipts. Do you know how few people will care? It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And I hate that type of perception that people have.
Like that, creators and netizens alike continue to use this lie to push this narrative that VTubers are scammers that take advantage of their audience. Recently, another streamer by the name of Quinn69 has made a gag where he portrayed himself as a female VTuber only to quote-unquote accidentally reveal himself while streaming. And sure, his audience was in on the joke and the gags as well, and okay, that comment was pretty funny. But at the same time, we know why they're laughing. This isn't the first time nor the last that we've heard these same jokes, these same comments. And while some of them are laughing with VTubers, I don't doubt that some of them are laughing at VTubers. And while some viewers recognize this situation as a joke, once again, as the story spread, a significant portion of the internet misinterpreted it.
And if there's one person atop the mountain of making profit off misinformation and ignorance, it's that guy. I thought it was the most ironic thing ever that he had the audacity to ask a few years back. I don't know if he still wonders about it now. He's bound to be well aware of why this happens to him. But him turning around and saying, "Why am I still getting hate?" That's it. I can't do this. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Please watch Renma's videos. They work so hard to make very interesting, eye-catching video essays. I just can't watch this anymore. I can't do this. We're not even 10 minutes into a 34-minute video. I cannot do this. It's frustrating to me that this type of stuff keeps happening. People choose to just remain ignorant and not actually care about unity at all. And the bigger overarching insanity of it all is we still have the audacity to ask each other why we don't have unity in our world. It's because we are choosing, even in the small little ways, to harass and distance other people who are different than us. And I'm not asking all of us to sit around and sing Kumbaya, but my goodness, does it hurt to do a little Google search about what something is that is new or interesting? You don't have to fall in love with every new thing that comes out there, but at least be aware of it, respect why people like it, and then pay attention to what you like. Why not? I mean, unless you're just trying to make money off of being a terrible, awful person who spreads misinformation, well then... Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Seriously.